Hello, everyone. Sue.oneschuk here, continuing the workbook lessons of A Course in Miracles. And today we're continuing on with review 4, and we are on lesson 146. Let me just move this a little bit. Here we go. All right. So the theme for these lessons continues to be, the lessons here in the review continues to be, my mind holds only what I think with God. And we're reviewing the lesson 131 and lesson 132. And lesson 131 is, no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. 132 is, I loose the world from all I thought it was. So in reflecting on today's lesson, let's look at lesson 131, page 240, and this is paragraph 7. And it says, heaven remains your one alternative to this strange world you made in all its ways. Its shifting patterns and uncertain goals, its painful pleasures, and its tragic joys. God made no contradictions. What denies its own existence and attacks itself is not of him. He did not make two minds. There's only one mind, and it's the mind of God. That's all. And it says, okay, he did not make two minds, with heaven as the glad effect of one, and earth the other's sorry outcome, which is heaven's opposite in every way. It says, you cannot fail today. There walks with you the Spirit heaven sent you. So I'm going to read from and reflect on as well the commentary from, give me a second here to get the book here, from the Workbook Companion. And it begins with a paragraph as well in the introduction of this review. And what that from that part of the workbook in the review, it says, and yet, this is a quote, and yet your mind holds only what you think with God. Your self-deceptions cannot take the place of truth. It said, no more than a child who throws a stick into the ocean change the coming and going of the tides, the warming of the water by the sun, the silver of the moon on it by night. So when it says here, your self-deceptions cannot take the place of truth. What they're referring again here to is, the ego identity, the I that we've created. The version of the self that has been created in the mind. It's not real. It's not true. We just believe that it is. And again, from this ego mindset, we label ourselves and others. And if we really, go into this work, it is really taking a look at those self-deceptions. To look at our darkness, but not dwell in it. To look at, where have we taken on that we're not worthy? Or you say we're not deserving, or that we're not good enough. Really go in and see if you can find that in yourself. Again, look for where the ego belief system is caught in the past, and see how it's all future oriented. Again, we don't want to look at our fears, but underlying all of this is fear. Ego is fear-based. Again, it's all based on the scarcity principle, which this world, this illusion of the world is based on. You know, the ego again serves itself. Just really be honest with yourself. Where do, again, you give love to get love? And again, the ego is always looking outward, has resentment and judgments. That's all separation from God. That's all separation from the truth. And it is not the mind of God. And again, our mind holds only it says our mind holds only what I think with God. It's always there. So again, your self-deceptions cannot take the place of truth. The truth is there always. No more than a child, who throws a stick into the ocean, can change the coming and going of the tides, the warming of the water by the sun, or the silver of the moon by the night. So in the commentary here, it says, it is forever true that my mind holds only what I think with God. And it was true when God created you, when God created me. And it will be true when the journey is over and you or I are home with God. It is true right now. Forever true. So again, in the third paragraph of the introduction to this review 4, it talked about many forms of unforgiveness. And the way that unforgiveness is carefully concealed in our mind, the defenses of the ego, the illusions that we've that are out there that we believe are true, that are real. It's use of self-deception, which I just spoke of. And that all keeps the mindless game going. Yet despite all of this, again, the theme here is my mind holds only what I think with God. And nothing that you or I do affects this. That remains. And all the self-deception of the world can only hide the truth, not change it. That's all the ego again, the ego identity. That it only blocks it, it blinds it, it hides the truth. And this, lesson 131 again is no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. Our self-deceptions cannot take the place of truth. So again, the image of the child throwing a stick into the ocean is just perfect. It says our rebellion against God has had about that much effect. In other words, none. Our mind still holds only what we think with God. So the very idea that we could alter God's creation is as ludicrous as the child with the stick seriously behaving. He has damaged the ocean when he threw the stick in. And this is why no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth, because the truth is right there, is right here in our mind, where it always has been and forever will be. We can't fail to find it because we haven't lost it. We still have it. We still have the truth within. So, we may look upon this world and believed it to be a place where God is not. Take a look. You know, we have seen possibly what appears to be an outrageous lack of love. You know, we may have been, I know I have been deeply disappointed with the world. And then, you know, the other lesson is, I will loose the world from all I thought it was. And it's about letting all the impressions of the world that we have drop away, because it can't be what we thought it was. Not if our minds still hold only what we think with God. So just when we thought we began to figure out the world, along comes the Course and says, not even warm. So it's about us letting go of our judgments, you know, about the world, and you know, for the world, and let it fall away. And we're to open our minds as we're taught anew here in the Course, as we're going through the Course and the lessons. So it says, maybe, just maybe, the way you have seen it had something to do, maybe, again, just the way that I have seen it had something to do with how, again, you were thinking about yourself, or how I know that I know this in my practice. It had to do with how I was thinking about myself, and your belief that your mind was at war with God. So maybe you have seen a world at war with God, because now it is how you imagine your mind to be, and have projected it onto the world. And maybe if you let go of your foolish ideas about yourself, your image of the world will change. The question is to ask, are you willing to try? What do you want? Are you willing to look at what have you replaced God with? And the lesson is, I loose the world of all I thought it was. And Gary Renard says, you know, the world is not coming at me, it's coming from me. And the world is not being done to me, it's being done by me. So in lesson, let me see, 32, again, in paragraph 6, it says, but it is pride that argues you have come into a world quite separate from yourself, impervious to what you think, and quite apart from what you chance to think it is. It is. And here it says, there is no world. This is the central thought the Course attempts to teach. And not everyone is ready to accept it. And each one must go as far as he or she can let themselves be led along the road to truth. He or she will return and go still farther, or perhaps step back a while and then return again. So again, ask yourself, what do you want? Take a look at what have you replaced God with? And I'm going to read this at the end of lesson 131. Today says, I seek and find all that I want. My single purpose offers it to me. No one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. All right. That is lesson 146. Remember again that, let me see, I've lost it. Just give me a second. One more thing that remember, my mind holds only what I think with God. All right. Thank you for being here. And I look forward to being with you in the next video for lesson 147 of review 4. And please like, share, comment. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. All right. Go forward, and I wish you a love-filled, peaceful, miracle-filled day. And remember, all of that is our divine inheritance. From my heart to yours, I extend you much love. Bye for now.